Alright, round one, we won the die roll, so we'll play first. Yeah, we can keep this hand. Both colors. We've got a good 3-drop combat trick. Way to bring back our 3-drop in case it dies. Ah, that was a good draw. Ah, the mirror match. Alright. We can offer this trade. It's not a huge deal. Can always get it back later with Scavenger. Plus, it keeps him from double blocking our Brazen Wolves next turn, so. And it dealt the damage to him, so it kind of already did its job, if you think about it. Alright, Crusader. Well, we are going to have a vampire. So we can even do the escalate on Borrowed Hostility, which is pretty nice. I think if he had Fiery Temper, he really had to play it there. Because Brazen Wolves just put such a big clock on the opponent. And quickly. Alright. So, I guess I don't really want to offer a Brazen Wolves trade for an Innkeeper. So I think we'll just swing with the Bloodhall Priest here. I mean, it's not a terrible trade for us because we have the Scavenger, but I guess I'd rather play the Crusader. Alright. This should work well for us. Alright, so with the Borrowed Hostility, we should be able to make just fantastic 2-for-1 use out of it here. I mean, he's dead if he doesn't block too, which is crazy in itself. So he's kind of between a rock and a hard place here. I think this card was kind of underappreciated, myself included, at the beginning of the format. I mean, it's the sensible block. There's just so many things that kill him there that he doesn't really have a choice. I'm trying to think if there's anything I can follow up with. Because, I mean, we want to save the vampire. So I don't even need to use the second half of it. Alright. Oh, I see. Okay. So the wolf can't block. That's good. The rats can, however. Aha. Bit of an awkward hand here, huh? We've got a 4-drop we can't play, 3 5-drops we can't play, and a 3-drop which we can play, but currently don't really need. I guess we still wait it out. Basically just waiting to play Scavenger or possibly... I mean, I could have attacked and I think he would have just snap blocked the rats on the priest, so I don't really want to trade a abandoned reason for that. All right, so we can get back the graph rats, and then he can play it. The good news is we're going to be able to double block something and kill it if he decides to go in, which I think he will. He could just stay back as well, which would be the wiser choice for him to do. No, he's going for it. All right. So we'll eat his chittering host. All right, so now we can play our scavenger, bring back our wolves, and smash for 10, taking our opponent to 1. Which is not lethal as it turns out, but... I can also play the Crusader. He's only got 1 card left. He'll block the Crusader, he'll take 6. And it sets me up for a better Midnight Scavenger. I think. Although... yeah, because if I smash in, he only has to deal an additional 5 damage to me to kill me. So I think it actually makes more sense to play the Crusader. Because then at least I'm doing an 8-point life swing and I'm setting up for a better Scavenger. And he'll definitely block the Crusader. If he doesn't block the Crusader, that's okay with me too. But I think he will. Even if this puts him in sort of a defensive spot, I think that's okay for us too. And going to 16 just seems so much safer to me. Like, taking him to 1 is good, but I feel like the fact that we would just be dead to, like, Uncaged Fury, which is a common, I think is kind of needlessly dangerous. That, you know, that's a really surprising block to me. Like, I guess if he drops another wolf, he could block our Crusader then, but he is now dead to a Scavenger unless he plays 2 creatures. All right. I mean, he's taking it slow, so I feel like he's got to have a removal spell here. Looks like he does. Okay. So the transform does not go through. So we'll pass. I guess I'm willing to trade my Scavenger for the wolf now. I mean, I could, I guess. I mean, the thing can't block. I could probably wait another turn. He's only got 1 card left in hand. Alright, I guess we'll make the trade. I mean, the thing is, the Scavenger can't attack into the Twins, and I still have a lot of action in my hand. Alright, now we get to go Dragoon, and we get to Madness out our Gorger. Which seems pretty powerful to me. Okay, so we can Alchemist Greeting that as well. That's a surprising attack. So we'll discard the Greeting, kill the Garrison. All right. So, playing the mirror match. Opponent got some key pieces we wanted. We got some key pieces our opponent wanted. So, that is usually the case when you're sharing a card pool. So, our opponent got the Fiery Temper, a Hanweir Garrison, a Malevolence. He also has the combo. We both got the combo off in the game, which is kind of remarkable. The Outcast, which I would like. It's a good card. But, a Rancid Rats. Yeah, we may have actually been right next to each other. It kind of felt like there were clumps of black and red spells being passed. We don't really have a sideboard at all. I can't think of anything we would sideboard. So, I guess a good question is Inner Struggle going to be good against him? It's not good against the Twins. It is not good against the Hanweir Garrison. It kills a Howlpack Wolf, Rancid Rats. It only kills, well, it kills the Vleidenpack Outcast on the front. If he transforms it, it can still kill it after pumps. So, it's definitely worth keeping around, I think. And I guess that's it. All right. All right. This hand is quite good. You can even do the turn 2 Blood Mad Vampire if I so choose. I might. But considering we have a curve, it might not be necessary. We'll see. I mean, the beauty of it is I can decide whether, after I see if he has a 2-drop spell. If he doesn't have a 2-drop spell, it might just be worth it to slam a Blood Mad Vampire. I guess he does. He has to, because we're on the draw, he has to not have a 3-drop spell, so it's a little more difficult. But, I mean, you basically get a free spell and a draw. Oh, 2 can play at that game. Oh, accidentally played the wrong land. Well, now I'm a little more incentivized. No, I guess I can just do Alchemist. All right. I mean, I can spit out the Blood Mad now. Or I can do an Alchemist of my own. I mean, I immediately regretted not playing the Swamp, but Dragoon didn't do that much more on the board than an Alchemist anyway. It's not like it can attack into Alchemist without discard. I'm still questioning whether I want to lose the Neonate to get the Blood Mad surprise style. I think we'll just do Alchemist instead. If he has a Fiery Temper, I'd much rather him do it to the Alchemist. Okay, so he's got a Hanweir Garrison. Accomplice. So I think we're going to use the Neonate to Madness out the Blood Mad to block the Garrison. I think that's the play. It's a pretty good chance he has the Battlements. The Garrison's the hard part to get. Battlements goes round and round. I've had both on stream before and assembled the combo before, which is pretty sweet. Alright, so we'll let that resolve. Sack our Neonate. Madness out of Blood Mad. Liliana, okay. Liliana versus Alchemist is not the greatest. Alright, unfortunately he had Borrowed Malevolence. So we'll block a 1-power guy, take a bunch of damage. Ping our opponent. Brazen Wolves. Alright, I think we want to drop a couple 2/2s here. We're going to have to offer another double block on that garrison. It's kind of a losing battle otherwise. Like if I block the 2 humans, there's just 2 more that are going to be coming. So I mean, if he attacks into it and I assume he has another Fiery Temper, or he has a Fiery Temper, maybe I wait 1 more turn so I can play the Brazen Wolves and have 3 blockers for the garrison. It seems as though, especially given that he's got the Alchemist, I don't know if I can afford to necessarily do that. I might need to just double block it now and hope he doesn't have anything. Okay. Dark Salvation's a great card. Very powerful card. So I think this game is lost at this point. Fell too far behind too quickly, unfortunately. It does tell me he doesn't have a combat trick, I think. Maybe it doesn't tell me that. I thought it would, but I might be wrong. I think we're dead regardless of what I play next turn. I can't comprehend something that could bring me back into this one now. But opponent had a great hand, so that would have been tough to beat any way you slice it. Well, I mean, that helps. I don't think it helps enough, but it does help. So let's see here. I'm at 9. If I Liliana plus deadweight this, block a 2/2, block that, take 2, 3, 4. I guess we go for it here. My other option is play the... He's just getting too many guys. So I think I have to kill this. I don't really mind showing my opponent Liliana. Maybe it distracts from us for a little bit too, which would help. I mean, I could also... bring back the neonate. And then he can't really attack with the garrison. But I'm not sure that's better. I think we just kill this. This would go to 1 anyway. That doesn't seem great. So let's see if he focuses some damage on it. Certainly wouldn't hurt. All right. Opponent kind of has proven to us they have an excellent deck in game 2 here. They have their own Incendiary Flow. We know they have Garrison, Dark Salvation, good removal. So if we win the match, it's not going to be a cakewalk. We're contending with some powerful cards. We have some powerful cards of our own and removal, but it's by no stretch of the imagination going to be an easy match. So we got to watch how he attacks here. So both the zombies are coming at us. So he's attacking 2 things with Liliana. The problem is if I defend the Liliana, the Alchemist kills it anyway. So I guess we just block a zombie. So we go to 5. I block the 2 zombies. I take another 3, 4, any sort of instant or sorcery, and we're dead. All right. All right. Let's try game 3 here. I've got a lot of X1s, which I guess... All right, we'll keep it. I maybe should have thought about in terms of how they're worse in the format now, but that's all right. So I guess if my opponent... I don't want to F6 through my opponent's turn, because if they try and kill the Neonate, I will, you know, discard a mountain. Hunt for that, that swamp. Okay. Black mana here would be ideal. Neonates, sure. Maybe shouldn't have played the mountain first so he knows we can't play Liliana this turn. Because I do wonder if it would have changed his decision otherwise. A cultist too. I don't know. Opponent's kind of looking like their deck might be better than ours. Borrowed Hostility. Well, that's pretty useful here, so... Yeah, actually, this is fine. my opponent blocks, we'll figure out how to use hostility. If my opponent doesn't block, we'll hold up the Gorger to block the occultist. Although we can also take the occultist, which might also be fine. Yeah, we probably take the occultist. Smashing in with Gorger with hostility up seems better. I don't really want to trade my 5-3 for his 3-2, even though his 3-2 has upside. All right. So opponent gets a land, but it looks like they already played their land. No play there is certainly worrisome, but we're still going to go for the Gorger play here. I presume that to mean he has Fiery Temper, but we're still going to draw a card off this Neonate, which seems fine. We'll force him to have the Temper, which is also fine. Blood Mist is good. Okay. All right. So I think what we're going to do is play the Blood Mist. And I think we're actually going to give the Gibbering Fiend. I'm letting him get value off Occultist, which could be a mistake because I could leave the Fiend back to defend. But the reason I'm pumping the Gibbering Fiend is just because I'm fairly confident he has removal here. I'm hoping he doesn't have Temper plus Malevolence, but if he does, then so be it. But I don't want to just give Double Strike to the Gorger, because leaving 4 mana up with 5 cards in hand is pretty indicative that he has something that can deal with the Gorger. So I'm dividing my damage a little bit here. I think the kind of unfortunate thing is I'm fairly confident we were passing to this guy. Oh, so he has a trick too, so I should have given my Gorger Double Strike. Oh, I could have given my Gorger Double Strike, I see. The reason I was sandbagging the land is why. Why was I sandbagging the land? So my opponent doesn't have Fiery Temper, or they would have played it there. I was sandbagging the land so I could discard it with Neonate. I think that's still okay, actually, just in case he kills Neonate for some reason. Okay, so we did have the removal, unfortunately. So we're going to have to draw hot now. Yeah, okay. So, unfortunately, we're in some trouble now. I mean, I could play the hostility and get in for 8. Not sure it's necessary just yet, but it is going to be necessary pretty shortly. Okay. The concoction draw is only unfortunate because I can't actually use it. But I guess we get to do a few things here. So we know he has Thraben Foulbloods in hand. I guess we're going to have to use Borrowed Hostility here. Only because I assume he's going to attack with the Occultist as well. We do die to Fiery Temper otherwise. Dark Salvation, I'm assuming. Yeah. Alright. Well. Okay. I guess that's it. Alright, folks. We'll see you around 2.